camper van travels, camper van travels, no matter.
Well, we could be a channel where we're just going off to pretty places and showing nice flowers, beaches and hillsides and woodlands, but it's not. It's literally a channel about two people having trials and tribulations with the vans and going places and sorting things out. So I like to think it's quite real. Now I'll show you in a minute what state my poles are on my battery, brand new battery mind. So I've had to go out and buy these. These are two heavy duty poles with all these connectors in them, because it's alright having an earth that's only running to one or two things, but then suddenly you find yourself with a power live terminal which is feeding everything in van, and everything in van's got its own earth. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you now what it's like on the terminal, and then it's almost this terminal. It's in a terminal situation. So I'll show you that, and I'll show you why I've bought these, and then hopefully I can somehow get around it. There you go. Got all them lives hanging off that live terminal. The earth, if you can see down there, has only got one on, and this one has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hanging off it. So I've got the other terminal now, in the hope that once I put all that on and fix it, it will be more reliable. The other problem I've had is this battery I've got. The terminals used to be at this end, but now they're over there at the other side, which is better for that earth because that reaches better now. But the other one, it's not so good. So I'm just trying to get all that put together now, so it's all done in advance of the alternator coming back, so I'm not fighting it. One thing I've realised is that the front, you can see this, the front Allen key there is for the top one, and the back Allen key is for the bottom one, because I thought it was quite redundant. But if you can push your wire all the way to the bottom of the bottom hole, that's going to work. Okay. But another thing I've noticed is that it came with these shells that go inside. Just focus. It goes inside there, but it must be for different companies or different cars or whatever, different batteries, because none of these shells fit. Even the thin ones that came inside there don't fit. And I know they're for corrosion, so if you get corrosion on your terminal clamp, it stops it actually damaging this. But the poles on the battery are just too big for that, to use the shells. So anyway, upward and onward, it does fit on there now. So I'm just going to see if disconnect wires and see where I can put different wires, because I'm going to have to put some wires in to same all. But the main battery wire coming over is going to be going straight onto there as well again. So that one there's got an Allen key on that side and a bolt on that side. It's doable, I suppose. It'd be better if it got a bolt fitting on both sides, but there you go. So there you go, you can see the old one and the new one, which is going to be a different system. So it's basically like that. So instead of just having those two to fasten to, these inevitably do come undone, so you have to keep checking them, otherwise your starter motor won't work, or your alternator won't pass charge back. Obviously there's another one of them on the earth, that's a live one, and that's the new one with all these different connectors. But these use loop ends and these use these inserts, so it's a learning curve for me, and I will be keeping that just in case, obviously. One of the first things I need to be doing is cleaning up the terminals with sandpaper, making sure that all those terminals are all got nice copper clean surfaces before I consider putting any wires back onto them. So that's on there, that's there now, the main ones which I wanted on there, because there's no way I was taking them off, those loops, not happening. So that's on. I mean, it's a bit monkey metalish. Don't know if it's from China, Japan or Taiwan or somewhere, but it's not best metal in the world, I don't think. But you know, I've got the others back up if all goes pear-shaped, and that can now sit in there like that, which is not great because the battery is the wrong way around, which has proven to offer some issues. So now I'll have to take that off, connect all the wires into top of there, all these here, and then take it from there, I think. See what happens. Right, so one of the loops eyelets on the end of the wire it's too big to go in one of the holes, so I'm going to just grind it down. Just remember, if you're doing any grinding and stuff, to use eye protection and such like. The reason I'm leaving the loops on is because now, if this does fail, I've got the other connector. I can still got the loop to put onto the nuts and bolts. So I think that looks a lot tidier. I've had to pull these wires across a bit through the system because they were a bit tight, but now they're perfectly fine. They are down tight. The ones where there's two wires in, I've put a bit of solder on to solder them together. This one is the one that I just two of them, and I trimmed them up so that they go inside, and they've still got the loops on in case I need to put the other one on. I've got some smaller loops for these, but I've just soldered them together. That's for the leisure battery. It's not been tightened up properly because I'm taking it off because alternator's off, and the other two I think are going to starter motor, etc. So I've just got to do the other side now, put the earth terminal on. So that terminal's been taken off now, but it's all ready to go back on. And that terminal just there is zoom in. Oh, no, don't zoom in, this it goes up and down. That's on, it's nice and tight, and that's ready to go. That's got two earths on it because one earth was connected next to headlamp. It didn't seem to be doing a good job, so I put another earth and connected it to the subframe of the van. So yeah, so that's how it is. So that's the new terminal put on, ready for the alternator to be picked up when it's ready, waiting for delivery now. Hopefully the wiring on the alternator is going to be the same. I'll just have to ask the guy just to show me where the wires go in respect to this. Just show you this. There you go. That's the wire that came off. So I've just reattached that with a proper connector and everything now. It's soldered it middle, so that'll be alright. But yeah, that's an EN55 non-turbo non-aspirating engine, 2.5 diesel. Non-aspirated meaning that it creates its own pressure, so it's very highly susceptible to leakages and stuff through return pipes, etc., drawing air back into the fuel pump. So, and down there is where the alternator shall be going at some point. The thing I'll look at now is the injectors here. The injector has been leaking. You can see the fluid all over. It seems to be where the injector diesel pipe goes in, and it's going down. All the rest are fine. So I've got to try and find out why that's happening. Could possibly be the return pipe nubbler bit on the end. I'll check that out. That's going to be fine because it's been replaced. That's the return pipe back to the fuel pump, the fuel tank, and then, well, I think it is back to the fuel pump. But this here has been leaking, so I've got to work out why it's been leaking. I've tightened it very tight. I don't know. I've got to try and work that one out yet. It's trying to focus. Anyway, it's here you go. It's a pipe that goes on the end to blank it off, and lo and behold, it's got a split in the pipe, and that's been shooting fluid out. So I've literally got to get one of them or a piece of pipe and put something in the end of it, a screw or something. It's only low pressure pipe, to be honest, but it's return pipe, and it will draw air back into the system at night when the engine's not running, and it'll just throw fuel straight at your fuel system. There you go, causing all kinds of problems. Your mixing, your van's running badly and everything. So at least I found it anyway, and I've taken all the retaining straps off all the, let me just show you, all the retainers, all these little retainers here, taking them all off, because I found out that it, in order for it to release some form of pressure, it can't have retainers on. That's why it has rubber pipes on. So if any pressure builds up its system, it can, vent itself off. Right, so I'll get another one of them now. There you go, it's in situation. It's the end of this system. Right at the end, that blanks it off. And it might look a bit overkill sticking out the end, but it's that's going to do its job now. I remember seeing little squirts of diesel, and so I'm figuring it's coming off that top steel pipe cap, but it weren't. It was coming out of that little devil just there. So, right. So that's the end of this little video. Thanks for watching. I'll keep throwing stuff like this in. I really honestly wish I'd been doing this from when I first started doing van, because it's been an immense amount of work. I've just found out that the back arch on the driver's side, the fiberglass I've put in has now started to show rust spots. Rusting fiberglass. So I'm now going paranoid thinking that the fiberglass companies are putting iron filings in so that it rusts, so you rag it out and put some more fiberglass in. No, I'm only joking. It's just an ongoing nightmare with corrosion, but it's not bad by any stretch of imagination. Under this van is solid front to back. Look at them arches. Never had a problem with this one. The bottom of the door's all good. All the rest of it's all right. It's just quickly while you're here. This has not been long since done, and I'm seeing it just there. You see it? That's all it is, just surface. But all that's fiberglass there. You're not getting any of these really. It's got solid arches, and here this is just fiberglass. So I don't know what's going on. Little bubbles. And all I'll do with them. You see there's ripple ears, because I knew something was going to happen, so I didn't do it perfectly. I said that to Ian. I says I'm not going to do it perfectly because I know I'm going to have to drag it off. It's this weather and salt off at road. So I will literally get my grinder and grind a great big hole out of that and reshape it all the way around. I always figure if there's fiberglass in the arches, they're not going to rust, but this just tried to prove me wrong. Look, that's just fiberglass. So I don't understand. Anyway. Here we go. Enjoy. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share. I'm here. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. And it won't just be like this. We are going to go some amazing places and do some crazy things. So stay on board, guys. Stick with it.
Connector, mending and changing parts on my van. Parts on my van.